Masculino?
Femenino.
Let's learn it. So let's get into this, Nelly. We covered in one of our previous podcasts that nouns in Spanish have gender or sex.
Yes.
They're either masculine or feminine.
Masculino o femenino.
So in most cases, in most nouns ending, now there's nouns that don't end in O or A, and we'll cover that in a separate podcast. But for this podcast, we're only focusing on those nouns that are ending in O and A because they're easy to identify.
Yeah.
So
The ones that end in O, masculine,
yeah.
masculino. The ones that end on A, feminine, femenino.
So if I, like an example here, libro is Spanish for book. Libro is a masculine noun. So if I want to say the book, I say el libro.
Correct.
Or if I want to say a book, I say un libro.
Correcto.
And then also same with, here's another example, barco is Spanish for boat. It's a masculine noun. So if I want to say the boat, I use el barco or un
Correct.
barco or un barco for a boat. So el is the equivalent of the in this case, and un is equivalent to Spanish a or
Correcto.
a. Yeah. And then we'll cover quick some general case feminine nouns. So feminine nouns, not all feminine nouns end in a, but most of them do. And so like pluma is, so I like the fact that I chose this picture because pluma not only means feather, but it also means pen.
Correct.
In Spanish. And here's where I got confused because when I learned Spanish in high school, I was taught pen is bolígrafo.
Oh. Yeah, we have different words.
Yeah. So bolígrafo probably would be understood.
But it's not very common.
But
use.
If you want to ask for a pluma, like préstame esa pluma, borrow me your pen, borrow me that pen, you would just use pluma instead of bolígrafo because it's, well, not only is it shorter and easier to say, but it's more commonly used than bolígrafo. But so then, so pluma, birds have plumas, right?
Yes.
Chickens have plumas, feathers, and pluma is a feminine noun. So la pluma.
It ends on A.
It ends in A.
Pluma.
So I would say la pluma for the feather, or una pluma. Una ends
La
like,
pluma, una pluma.
and then also another feminine noun that ends in A is vaca.
Vaca.
So I would say la vaca or una vaca.
La vaca, una vaca.
And here, the pronunciation, the V and the B in Spanish are almost identical. So you could say, you really wouldn't say it with the hard V, vaca. You would more commonly hear this pronounced as vaca.
Vaca.
See how she, say it again.
Vaca.
So you don't do a hard V.
Like
it's like vaca.
Vaca.
Instead of vaca.
Vaca.
Yeah. But let's get into it. So there are many nouns that don't follow this these rules, Nelly, and it is endlessly frustrating for gringos to try to figure this out because there's nouns that end in O that are feminine, and there are nouns that end in A that are masculine.
Correct.
And I've compiled a list of 20 of these. There's many more than 20 of them, but I've compiled a list of 20. These are the most common ones that you'll see and struggle with. So if you know these ones, I think you'll be on a great track to speaking better Spanish.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So the first one, here we go. Top 20 common exceptions to the gender rule. You ready? What's the first one? What's it going to be? These are actually in alphabetical order, so it's going to probably start with an A. It does.
El aroma. El aroma. Aroma or smell.
So aroma in Spanish is the same. It's spelled the same and almost pronounced the same. And it ends in A, but it's a masculine noun. It is. So el aroma. So you wouldn't say la aroma is not correct.
Correct.
The second one is clima.
El clima. Climate or weather.
Climate. Climate.
Climate.
You're so cute.
Say it.
Climate or weather. Clima. El clima. And I get this one wrong all the time. La
El
clima. You would
clima.
think la clima, la clima, la clima. It's like you think, okay, oh, it ends in A. It's feminine, right? It's not. It's masculine noun.
El clima. Dentista. El dentista.
Now, we were talking about these yesterday. Specifically, this would be, now, dentista can refer to a man or a woman. So if you have a male dentist, you would refer to him as el dentista. You wouldn't call him el dentisto.
Correcto.
That doesn't exist. Dentisto is not a word. But dentista, if you have a lady dentist, then she is la dentista.
La. L-A.
So
La dentista.
in this case, the noun can have either gender depending on the gender of the person that you're referring to.
Yes. You use the same word, you use the pronoun.
Yep.
Will be the one that will specify if it is a feminine or masculine.
Let's do the next one.
El día. El día.
Day. Dia is Spanish for day. And this is endlessly frustrating for me too because it ends in A and I always la dia, right? But maybe a good way to think about it is there's a holiday in Mexico and I think maybe you have it in Honduras too. Dia de los Muertos.
Yes.
So as long as you remember the right way to say it is El Dia de los Muertos.
Yes.
It's not la
El,
dia.
which is the day.
Yeah.
El means the
Yes.
day. El día.
So dia is not feminine. It is a masculine noun. So you would use un dia or el dia.
Correct.
Can you read this one for me, Nelly?
La disco. La disco. Disco is short for discoteca. The word in Spanish discoteca, but we use the short version disco. Dance club or nightclub.
And this would make sense because if you think about it, you're shortening a word that is obviously feminine. Discoteca ends in an A. It's a feminine noun. So when you shorten that feminine noun, it becomes la disco.
Yes. And also disco can be used for a disc.
Now, like a compact disc?
Yes.
And is that masculine or feminine?
And that's masculine.
Oh, there you go.
So, el disco for a disc.
Like a compact disc.
Yes.
But in this case, what we're referring to is like a dance club. So if you want to say, like, if I want to ask you to go, if you want to go to the dance club with me,
Vamos a la disco.
let's go to the disco, discoteca.
La disco.
Very good. The next one is drama.
El drama. El drama. Drama or theater.
Yeah. So like if you get into a fight with your lady friends and you spill some tea.
Qué drama.
And there's some drama. Much tea will be spilled today.
You are dramatico.
Dramatico is an adjective in that case then. So let's not confuse the viewers.
El dramático.
But you can take, yeah.
El drama.
So then you can call somebody, if somebody is dramatic, you can say, I am, like, dramatico is an adjective for a masculine noun. Or if Nelly is being dramatica, I would use dramatica with an A on the end. But the noun,
never.
The noun drama is masculine, even though it ends in an A.
Correct.
El drama. It's not la drama.
El drama.
El drama. Fantasma. El fantasma.
El fantasma. Ghost.
Fantasma is ghost.
El fantasma. Fantasma. Fantasma.
And fantasma ends in an A, but it is not feminine. So you would not say la fantasma. That
El
is
fantasma.
el fantasma.
Fantasma. La foto. La foto. Short for fotografía. 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 Photo or photograph.
So here, similarly to discoteca, we shortened a word that was originally feminine.
Yeah.
So fotografía, and here's a good tip for pronunciation. See the accent on the I? It's on the last syllable. So it's not fotografia is not correct. Fotografia is not the correct pronunciation. Fotografia is on the last I. Fotografia.
Fotografia.
And fotografia ends in an A, and it is feminine. So when you shorten it to foto,
ends on O, masculine.
It ends in O, but it's not masculine. Yeah.
The entire word is feminine. Ends on A. So
la foto. So this is
but it's very common. People use this word a lot.
Put a star on this one because this one you will see almost on a daily basis. So you want to make sure you get the articles correct for this one. And the next one is
el idioma. Language.
Language. So we're learning an idioma.
Idioma, language.
Spanish.
El idioma.
You could say el idioma
español.
Español.
El idioma inglés.
Which is for me is that this is counterintuitive because obviously yes, ends in an A, but it's not feminine. It is a masculine. It is a masculine noun that ends in an A. So all of these words are just contradictions. It's like I feel like I'm petting my cat backwards.
La mano.
There's
La mano. Hand. Mano. Hand.
Mano. This is so I think this one and maybe foto are the ones you're going to see the most commonly.
Yes.
And here's there's actually a way to remember. The way that I remember mano in Spanish, there's a movie. You've never seen it, but maybe some of our viewers have seen the show Mystery Science Theater 3000. They do like voiceovers for really bad science fiction and horror movies, and there's this one movie they did called Manos, Hands of Fate. So in the title of the movie, Manos, Manos is Spanish for hands. So then the subtitle for the movie is Hands of Fate. So ever since I saw that episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000, I've remembered mano is hand. But also it's important to remember that mano is also feminine. So even though it ends in an O, it's not el mano. It's la mano.
Hand.
And there's also a phrase you could put together. Mano a mano.
Oh, estamos mano a mano.
Hand to hand.
We're even.
Yeah. Even. Mano a mano. So that would be used
estamos mano a mano.
That would be used in like soccer. Right?
Yeah.
So that's like even score?
Yeah.
Is that how you would say? Would you use that in soccer? No?
Not really.
Just in like day-to-day use?
Day-to-day use.
Let's move on to the next one. Mapa.
El mapa. Mapa is map.
And I just got this one wrong.
Mapa.
I just got this one wrong. Yesterday we were translating a document, and I put la mapa, and Nelly looked at us like, that is so bad. This one is wrong. You're so bad. It's not la mapa. It's el mapa.
El mapa.
Mapa is masculine.
El mapa.
It is. So like Dora. On Dora, have you seen Dora?
Yes.
I'm the map. 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 Next one. La moto.
La moto. Short for motocicleta. 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 La moto. La moto. Motorcycle.
Motorcycle. So again here, like discoteca and fotografia, we're shortening a word that is clearly feminine from the rules of gender articles. So motocicleta is feminine, shortened to moto is still feminine. So you say la moto.
Yes.
Motocicleta.
Yeah, and that happen a lot, that we shorten the words.
And next one.
El paragua. Umbrella. El paragua. Paragua is umbrella.
Yeah.
Paragua. Paragua. El paragua.
You know how I remember this one? Well, I remember the word for umbrella because in Spanish, if you think about it, separate the word into, it's para agua, for water. So this thing that I want to repel water from my head is para agua. I need the thing for water. Para agua, paragua.
Paragua.
I need my paragua to keep the water off my head. And there's another one. So obviously paragua is masculine, even though it ends in an A, which is why we're talking about it here. Now there's another word that I associate with this one for it's Spanish for windshield on a car. Parabrisa.
Oh, yes.
So for brisa is like the breeze or wind.
The breeze,
so
yes.
parabrisa for wind, windshield, windscreen. If you're in the UK, you would say, I think, windscreen. But now, maybe you can tell me, is parabrisa masculine or feminine? Parabrisa.
It's masculine.
So there's another one. So just like paragua, parabrisa is also masculine, even though it ends in an A.
Yeah. And also, it's very kind of confusing because there are two words for paragua.
What's the other one?
Paragua and sombrilla.
Oh, good one.
Sombrilla. Sombrilla. If you use paragua, then it's masculine. El paragua. But if you use sombrilla, it's la sombrilla. So the same word is the same
it's the same. It means the same thing, but
yes.
the noun has a different gender.
Yes.
So el paragua, la sombrilla means the same thing.
Correct.
And here's a great way to remember sombrilla. Sombrilla is from sombra. Sombra is Spanish for shadow. Sombrilla, sombra. So it's the shadow.
Yes.
It's the shadow maker thing. I want to make a shadow, so I need the
sun to protect
sombrilla.
myself from the sun.
Yeah. And there's actually I think your favorite. We had this played at our wedding. El amor.
Una gota de agua en un cristal.
Es una paragua para dos.
Es un paraguas para dos. Yes.
So.
Because it's romantic. It is kind of romantic because if the paragua is for
two people,
you have only one.
You have to be very close together.
Very close, and you're walking on the rain, and yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap this episode up. A few more here.
El planeta.
El planeta.
El planeta. Planeta for planet. Planeta.
We just recorded our episode on days of the week, so this is the planet Jupiter. So you wouldn't say la planeta Júpiter. You would say el planeta Júpiter. Yes. Even though planeta ends in an A, it is not feminine.
Correcto.
La planeta is incorrect, so el planeta is correct. Problema.
El problema. El problema. Problema for problem.
It's an easy word to remember, but it's so hard to get the gender correct because it doesn't follow the gender rules. And I think this one is important. So put 3 stars next to these. Next to mano, dia, and this one. Because those are the 3 that you're going to see probably the most. And I get this one wrong all the time. And I still say it wrong. La problema, I would say. No, it's not right.
Un problema.
Un problema. You wouldn't say una problema.
Un problema.
But
el problema. El problema.
Gringos would probably get this one wrong, and I still get it wrong.
A problem. Un problema. El problema.
Just know that even though it does end in an A, it is not a feminine.
If you kind of memorize those and get familiar with them, then
yeah,
that's
the more you interact,
practice.
The more you expose yourself to the Spanish language, the better you're going to get at it.
Yeah. And just don't be afraid. Just use it. You can make million mistakes, and it's kind of cute. Every time that you make a mistake, people will not make fun of you. They will think that it's so cute. Yeah. So just don't be afraid. Practice any chance that you get. Say a word, even one word. Because the more you get comfortable, the more you practice, you get comfortable, and then it comes natural.
It's all about practice.
Yes.
And immersing yourself in the language.
Yeah.
So let's do this one, Nelly.
La radio. Radio. La radio. Radio is for radio.
So, like, would you refer to the radio in your car? Like, how would you say, turn off your car radio? How would you say that in Spanish?
Encienda la radio.
So, that's turn on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
But to turn it off would be like apagar.
Apague la radio.
Apague la radio. Turn off the radio.
Apague la radio. Encienda la radio.
Turn on the radio. Encienda. So you can also encienda the luz in the room to turn on.
Encender is the better. Encender.
We haven't had an episode on verbs yet. We're kind of trickling them in here and there, but eventually we'll have an episode on verbs. But encender and apagar are useful verbs to learn.
Encender, apagar.
But
turn on, turn off.
But in the context of this slide here, radio, it ends in an O and it's not masculine, it's feminine. And I recall seeing in my research that radio is a shortening of a longer word. Yeah. I could be wrong, but it could be the case here. Sistema. El sistema.
El sistema. El sistema. Sistema for system.
And I'm an engineer, so I would use this word almost all the time in my work. So you might not use this a lot, but like if you have to use the word for like if you're a doctor and you want to say circulatory system, how would you say that?
El sistema circulatorio. El sistema circulatorio.
So you would say el. It's not la sistema.
No.
It's a masculine noun that ends in an A. And the next one.
El sofá. El sofá. Sofá for sofa or couch.
Yeah. El
and
sofá.
again, the accent, you can explain that.
Yeah. So the accent, the written in Spanish has an accent on the A. There's two syllables. So, fa. The accent is on the last syllable. So fa. It's not sofa. In English, actually, we do accent the first syllable. Sofa. You call it a sofa. But in Spanish, you would say sofá because the accent is on the last syllable. And sofa ends in an A, but it is not feminine. It is masculine.
Correct.
So you would not say la sofá. That's not correct.
El sofá.
Yeah. El
You would say
sofá.
El sofá. El tema. El tema. Tema for theme or subject.
Yeah. So like a theme of a book or a theme of a paper or anywhere you would use the word theme, it's really easy to remember. Tema sounds like theme, but it is not feminine. It is el tema instead of la tema.
El turista. El turista. Turista for male tourist.
And similarly here for like when we had el dentista or la dentista, you can have a male tourist or a female tourist. They're both a turista, but if you have a man tourist, a male tourist, you would call him el turista.
El turista.
Or if you have a woman tourist, she would be a la turista.
Correcto.
The tourist. Yeah. So it depends on the gender of the person you're referring to in this case. And that is all the slides I had. Nelly, we covered my top 20 picks for the gender rule exceptions in Spanish. Now there are a lot more than 20.
Excepciones a la regla en español.
So there are a lot more than 20 exceptions to the rule. So be aware of that. These are some of the ones that I thought were the more common that you might see on a day-to-day basis. So just repetition. Watch this video, do some research on your own, read books, listen to Spanish music. You're gonna hear these words and you hear them being used. So eventually your brain's gonna start creating this network of language inside your head that's going to be automatic for you.
Even though you think that you are not memorizing or you're not remembering, just repetition, suddenly it's like, oh, it's there. You don't even realize how you get it, but just keep going. Don't get frustrated. it doesn't come, it will come.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more Learn Spanish Now. Stay awesome.
And have a wonderful each day of the week.
And have a good one. Adios.
Adiós, hasta pronto.